Hello, welcome. If you want to learn how to create these beautiful full volumized hairstyles, stay tuned. My name is Janine and welcome back. This style is best for people with fine or thin or straight hair looking to add extra volume to their hair without a roller set. This client that I'm doing now has straight to wavy hair, and her hair is not too thin, but it's kind of thin. The hair is already washed and conditioned. With this style, it is very important to use a lightweight conditioner, nothing too heavy or with extra moisture, because it will weigh the hair down and the curls won't hold as long throughout the day or the course of the week. As far as brush sizes go, the smaller the round brush, the more volume you can create in the roots and in the ends. The bigger the brush, the straighter the hair will be on the roots and on the ends. I'm using about a 1.75-inch synthetic bristle round brush. This size is ideal for hair lengths from the neck to the chest. And it is very important for this style to use a vented brush so that the air can travel and is not burning your client or the client's hair. Typically for all blowout styles, I like to use leave-in conditioner before starting, but for this style, I only use a volumizing mousse by Paul Mitchell because a leave-in conditioner will weigh the hair down. Some people like to pre-dry the hair. I don't like doing that because I like to have complete control of the hair when I'm blow drying. And if it's dry, it'll create more tangles and frizz. And it's not a good idea, especially if you're using mousse in the hair will stiffen up when it starts to dry. And you don't want to go and comb the hair after it's dry and stiff. So the best thing to do is to have the hair wet, not dripping wet. And you can tell when it's dripping wet when you pass the brush or start blow drying. If the hair drips, it's too wet. You could just towel blot it slightly and start your blow dry. So when blow drying, I like to start at the nape area and work my way up. The smaller the sections, the more volume you can create. The position of the client's head is always important. You don't want to burn the client or burn their hair. So we're working in the back of the head, make sure the client puts their head down. When working on the sides, make sure your client turns their head the opposite side that you're working on. And when working at the top, make sure the client puts their head back. When it comes to pin curling, make sure you pin curl the hair the way that you curl it. Make sure you curl the hair the direction you want the hair to fall. Also, if your client does not like flat ironing or adding extra heat to the hair, just skip the flat ironing step and go straight to pin curling after each section. And with each section, make sure you put a little holding spray and you will still create the volume and curls. Not as much, but it will still work. Sorry that my back is turned, but when creating the curl, you want to comb through the hair, put the flat iron at the base, pull a little, wrap the hair over, turn the flat iron one time, and pull kind of like in a ribboning technique. You just slowly pull through the hair all the way through to the ends, and you don't want to let the hair go. You want to make sure you pull all the way through the ends to not leave any ugly indentations in the hair. You pull, and once you get through the ends, you slowly let go, and the curls should just snap back like that. When it comes to pin curling, you want to put 2 fingers at the base, wrap the hair around your fingers all the way through to the ends, fold up, and put pins on each side of the pin curl. When it comes to blow drying, you don't have to get such a big section like I did. It's ideal to start with small sections if this is your first time, or if you're practicing. Start with small sections, start at the base in the root area, and work your way to the ends. If by any chance the hair ever gets tangled into the brush, do not panic, do not get nervous. Just slowly unwind the brush. Slowly until the hair comes out. It will eventually untangle. When blow drying, I like to create the curl with the brush, just to add a little more volume to the hair, because if you blow dry it straight, the curls will just drop quicker. So to create the curl with the brush, you have to start at the base, wrap the hair over like I showed you with the flat iron, and just keep turning in the direction that you want the hair to curl. achieve the curl while blow drying, just keep blow drying up, keep curling the brush, just keep moving the brush, and you will create a curl. Again, after blow drying each section, you want to add the holding spray right before you do the pin curl. And again, to do the pin curl, you take the section of the hair, you comb through so there's no tangles or knots, hold the hair at the base, take the flat iron, pass it, start at the root, pull through a little, wrap the hair over, turn the flat iron one time, hold the hair and pull as you go. Make sure you're always holding the flat iron closed tight. If you want the curl tighter, you could just keep turning the flat iron. But the more you turn the flat iron, the harder it will be to release at the end. So just pull, turn, pull, and turn. This is why you want to curl the hair all the way through to the ends and not let go, because you will create indentation in the ugly ends like this. When that happens, just take the ends and recurl it. Again, for the pin curl, you want to start at the base with 2 fingers, twirl the hair around the fingers until you get to the ends, roll it up, and add a pin on each side. And always remember to pin curl in the direction you want the curls to fall when you take the pin curls out. blow drying the sides, I like to blow dry the hair back, because if not, the hair will be in the client's face and it gets a little annoying for the client. So just blow dry it back, do the curls back, and do the pin curls back. Always make sure to keep your brush and blow dry moving. Don't ever keep it still in the same spot. You will burn the hair. Keep the blow dry moving, keep the brush moving, and you'll also create the curl, keeping the brush moving in the same direction. Remember, it's also like the ribboning technique. When you pull through the hair, it will create the curl. Remember with the curl, pull a little, start at the root, pull, stop, flip the hair, turn one time with the curling iron or flat iron, pull through, slowly pull. You also want to keep the flat iron moving because this will cause indentations. When creating this style for maximum volume, I like to do the back flipped up, the sides curled back, the back crown part flipped up, and then the top crown and the front curled back or down. Make sure you part the hair where the client wants, or just do it all back and let the hair naturally fall. The side pin curls, you want to pin curl back. Grab it at the base, flip over, wrap the hair to the ends, flip up, pin at the base. You want to make sure you pin it away from the face. That's what I mean by pinning it back, away from the hairline. So this section right here, this is what I mean by the top crown. You want to start blow drying down. You don't want to flip up the whole way through because it'll just look like you're flying away. So you want to create this part and up. You want to flip it down. You want to blow dry down. You don't want too much height at the top area because it's just too, unless you really like that maximum volume, but that's just too much to me. So this part you want to just create down. Also, if you're new to blow drying, just practice this method and over time you will perfect it. With more practice, you will shorten your time and you'll be able to achieve this look much faster. Also, knowing this method, you can raise your prices and use this as an add-on service. You will also definitely widen your horizon of clientele because women with naturally straight, thin, or fine hair love, love, love this hairstyle with volume. And typically, if you're going to get a blow dry and flat iron, I love to do a round brush blow dry. If you give a good blow dry, it's not necessary to give so much heat after. The hair will lay better, it'll last longer, and it'll be less frizz. Versus using an attachment on the end of the blow dry, that just takes away all the volume from the hair and just, to me, it just adds too much heat. Also, if you are looking to have a volumized hairstyle or curls in the hair, it just doesn't make sense to me to do the attachment on the blow dry and flatten the hair super straight and then going back putting curls in it. That's just too much heat with the flat iron. This is just a better way to achieve volume and the maximized curly look. Also, because the hair blow dried with the attachment is left so straight and flat, your curls will drop very quickly. It won't last as long as it would doing it this way. So if the client does want the hair parted to a certain side, just put the curls and blow dry the hair to the opposite side. So this client does like her part on the left side. So I'm just blow drying to the right side, making sure all the curls fall to the right. And sometimes for this style, you have to be a little ambidextrous, be able to blow dry with both hands and round brush with both hands. Don't worry about that. If you're just beginning to blow dry, you will eventually learn over time. So now that all sections are fully dried and pin curled, This is the time to add extra hairspray if you would like. If not, just add extra heat from the blow dryer to set the curls. Once you're done adding all the heat, start removing the pin curls in the order that you put them in. So start from the back and work your way up. Once you're done removing all the pin curls, you have an option if you want to just leave the hair like this or run your hands through it. And the more you run your hands through the hair, the more volume it will create. So if you like the volume how it is now, don't run your fingers through. But if you want to create a little more volume, run your fingers through. So I use a lightweight shiny drop at the end. You don't want anything too heavy to make the hair weighed down or too greasy. This client likes a lot of volume, so I run my fingers through. And you can see how the volume is created while running your fingers through. I do like to add a little more holding spray at the end when it's all done, just to keep the hair in place. If your client doesn't like too much hairspray, then apply the hairspray and then put the shiny drops after. If your client doesn't like hairspray at all, then just don't use any. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, or even comment if you have any questions, and also follow my social media. Peace and blessings to all. Thank you.